Hey guys, so I am at the back of my garden and just coming out to take a look and see what all's going on. Um, we've had a lot of rain over the last few days, so just wanted to kind of check in on my veggies and make sure everything is happy and healthy. Right now, I'm just walking through and just double checking. This bed holds not only my squash, but I do have some corn down in here, and I will also be planting some pole beans using the Three Sisters method. So I'm just waiting on the corn to start coming up before I plant the pole beans. When it first starts emerging, I'll go ahead and get those pole beans planted so that we can, kind of start that process along. Over here are my tomatoes, and as you can see, some of my tomatoes do have some some burned edges on them just from when I first put them out here. I did not harden them off, not paying attention to the fact that they were just coming from the greenhouse, and so they had not been outside yet. So I am working on reviving all of those. I did take off and prune some of these, but some of the others I'm gonna, just kind of let it be and see what happens. And hopefully the few that aren't looking so hot will perk back up. So looking forward to that. Over here in my buckets, and this is probably the last year for these buckets because as you can see they're starting to become brittle and break off, but in this bucket are my potatoes, and so I need to go and grab some more soil and cover those back up, and that will help me with my tomato crop and my when it comes time for harvesting and stuff like that. I'll have a lot more potatoes. So when we fill this up, I will fill it up actually to pretty close to the top here, and they'll grow back through, and we'll just kind of go from there. This bed has my cucumbers, and again, the same thing that happened with the tomatoes happened with the cucumbers as well. So I did have quite a few that kind of burned off, and so I will be replenishing this so that my cucumbers can grow in. And I am going to Tractor Supply also today so that I can get some cattle panels so that I can go ahead and finish out the archway, so that when my cucumbers are in and growing healthy, they will be able to climb over the archway. So I'll definitely be taking pictures of that for you guys. Onions have been in for quite a while, and as you can see they are doing very, very well. Again, more potatoes over here, but the onions are just like going crazy, which is great because we'll have lots of onions, and I'll dry those and store them for when we need to use them. Again, more tomatoes over here. I do have some of them that are staked, and some of them that are in cages. It just depends on what type of tomato I'm dealing with as to whether or not I staked it or am trying to use them in cages. So I will start to tie them to the stakes. I just wanted to kind of get those stakes in so that we knew where the stakes were going and could start the process. So there's that. Again, more potatoes. So we'll have quite a few potatoes, hopefully, when it comes time for harvest. I'm definitely looking forward to that. This bed right here, so the rain has really done some good for my beets. They have been slow, which has been traditional for me. A lot of people talk about beets being fast growers, but in my experience it has not, and so maybe I need to figure out and tweak a few things so that they really start to take off a little bit better. So more to come on those. Down in here I also have my turnips. So these are turnips, and I may be able to take some of these leaves and use them for turnip greens and maybe saute those or something. Here is a nice cute little white turnip in there. So pretty. And it looks like it's going to be delicious. I also have some, looks like a red top in there, but quite a few little white turnips in there. I also have some radishes that I've been picking my radishes, so there's not quite as many left, but I will plant more because radishes do grow very, very quickly. Over here is also more radishes. It's a watermelon radish, so I can't wait to cut that and share that with you guys and see how pretty it is on the inside. And then right here are carrots. So the carrots are coming along slowly but surely, and hopefully we'll get a decent little carrot harvest. I can't wait for my niece to come over and help me out with these because she's always interested in carrots. Right here, my lettuces are still producing very well, and as you can see, we just cut what we need, and then it just grows back. So we do a kind of a cut and come again on our lettuces. And so I've cut off with this, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 times so already, and it still keeps regenerating, keeps coming back, and we keep having delicious salads. So it's been great to have those in here. So it's been a lot of fun. Over here are my peppers, and so the pepper plants in various stages of growth, and I've staked all of them, and I'm only going to offer support if they need them. So the ones that look like they could use a little extra help, I will put tie them to the support pole. If it doesn't need it, I'm going to leave it be. So right now I just have the support poles in, and they're there and available for me when I need to use them. But if I don't need it, I won't use it. So let's see here. Over here I have some back in the back there is lavender, and then right here is my sage. There's some rosemary, which will get nice and big as well. This is oregano, and this is basil, and with this one, this basil again got burned, but then it also looks like it's been munched on. So I will be probably getting another basil while when I go out. And then this is oregano, and we have thyme here, which is so fragrant, guys. If you could smell it. Smells like I should be baking some chicken or something and putting some of that fresh thyme in there. So it smells delicious. Right here are my bush beans. So I've got some bush beans going, and they'll start to set flowers here as they continue to grow up. And I will be monitoring them and hopefully get lots of green beans off of that. And here are my Brussels sprouts, and Brussels sprouts and cabbage have not been my best friends. So I'm just going to go ahead and say that. But I keep trying them, and one of these days I'm actually going to get, a decent head or a couple of heads of Brussels sprouts, and I'm going to get some decent heads of cabbage. So there's Brussels sprouts here. Regular traditional cabbage here, and then over here is bok choy, and so I will be using that in stir fries and stuff like that. And then back there is my dill. Let's see here in this bed, so I have holy basil. Here is hyssop. There's some chamomile in there. Echinacea. Back is the comfrey that's slowly but surely taking over my entire garden, which I'm going to have to use some of this up. and kind of prune that back so that it doesn't take over everything. And then there's some valerian down there. So that's what's going on right now. My intention is to get to the store, get some more soil, and get that, get some other things planted. I've got to get my sweet potato slips in the ground. I've got to get my watermelon in the ground. I have several different things that need to be planted. So I want to take advantage of the little bit of dryness that we're having at the moment and get some things in so that, you know, we're not getting those started too late. So more to come, and I will keep you updated. But thanks for going along on my walkthrough, and I will chat with you guys soon. Bye.